Have you ever thought about how important it is that children receive attention? I've worked with kids for many years, and I've seen and interacted with so many students who don't receive the attention that they need. I feel that this speech is relevant to anyone who works with kids or who has kids. Oftentimes we see that it's the parents' fault that their children are not receiving enough attention, and anyone that works with children needs to be able to recognize these signs and to know what children receive attention in their classroom and what children are not. So like I said, I've worked at a preschool for about 3 years now. Before that, I worked at a dance studio for about 3 years. So I feel that I'm fairly able to recognize the signs of if a child is receiving the attention that they need or not. So I'm going to be telling you about how important it is that children receive attention. So we're going to be talking about ways that children don't receive attention, how it affects them, and how to fix these problems. So first, we're going to be talking about ways that children don't receive enough attention. So there are 3 main ways that I recognize. First of all, it's so important that children get one-on-one time with their parent because they need to be able to have conversations with their parents, have playtime with their parents, because this will help them better be able to create bonds with other people. Oftentimes, children's needs are not met. If a child doesn't receive the food, the water, the clothing that they need, this can hurt them and they are not being shown the attention that they need. And other times we see that parents choose other siblings over them. It's important that parents are able to divvy out their time among all their kids. So working at a preschool, on many days we'll do art and children will create something, draw something, paint something, and we try to send it home with their parents and they say things like, no, just keep it here, throw it away. It's so important that you take your child's art home and hang it up on the wall. If a child sees that they created something and you appreciate it and want others to see it, this will make their self-esteem skyrocket and make them feel so much better about themselves. So Adrian Brody is an American actor who says a lot of inspiring and powerful things that people quote all the time. But one of my favorites is when he said, a little bit of attention and kindness can totally change a life, and a lack of that can do the same. So a child that receives attention and kindness, it can improve them. A child that doesn't receive attention and kindness, it can hurt them. So next we're going to be talking about how receiving not enough attention affects children. So their behavior in school or in any place tends to be worse because they are constantly trying to receive attention, whether that's negatively or positively. Attention-seeking children tend to receive more negative attention than positive attention in the classroom because when you have a room full of 20 students and one child is continuously trying to receive attention, teachers tend to respond negatively rather than positively because it's hard to deal with. And children that don't receive enough attention tend to also have a lower self-esteem because when they see others around them that receive attention or more attention than them in general, it can make them feel worse about themselves. So next lastly, we're going to be talking about how parents can show their children more attention. So a quote from a website called Family Education says, when you give your children attention and approval for being well behaved, they're getting positive attention. Positive attention means catching children being good. Focus on positive behavior. Positive attention can be words of praise, encouragement, close hugs, pats on the back. A pleasant note in your child's lunchbox works as well. Positive attention increases good behavior. So it's important that if you have a attention-seeking child, try to show them positive attention rather than negative attention. Parents need to be sure to have one-on-one time with their children. Like I said, it's so important that children get one-on-one time, whether that's with their parents, their teachers, with anyone. And being able to recognize when your child's self-esteem is suffering is so impactful. Parents need to see and recognize the signs of if their child is suffering mentally in some ways. So it's so important that children receive the attention that they need. In conclusion, the amount of attention a child receives can greatly affect them in everyday life, and it's important to realize this and fix it if there's any problems. So next time that you have an interaction with a child, I want you to try to identify if that child is attention receiving or not. Thank you.